All right. Thank you so much, Tony. And that was awesome hearing from Mohammed El Badwani, representing, of course, Team India, and, of course, Sheikh Tanoon representing Team UAE. That just makes this so much more interesting, and that's why we love this. Next up, Antonio Gordillo, Dmitry, Batok. We're going to keep things rolling. Let's send it right back up to Carlos Kramer.
All right, Mumbai, you have been incredible, and we're just getting started. We want to thank two very special guests for us, one at the K1L family tonight, the wife of Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Give it up for Armita Fadnavis. We'd also like to thank His Royal Highness and the Prince of Abu Dhabi. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sheikh Tanoon. We're going to keep the action going inside the cage and welcome our next warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this man representing India, Antonio Gordillo.
And here we go. Here comes the man they call Tony Gordillo, 25 years old, fighting out of Argentina. Record of 12 wins and 2 defeats, and a big addition to Team India. You talk about picking up a free agent, an international fighter. Gordillo coming in with that big 12-2 record out of Argentina, which is a hotbed for the sport. That is a great pickup here for Team India.
It really is, and these are the biggest men on the card here tonight, fighting in my weight class, middleweight. And I see these guys, and I'm pretty glad I'm not getting punched in the face by either of them tonight.
When you take a look, at his previous fights, his last 3 wins, you have one. He ended it at the end of round number 1. His opponent did not want to continue. That was Pablo Rodriguez. Then it was a big KO in round number 2 over Raul Tapia, and then a KO in round number 3 over Vitor Estaquil. So you're talking about a hard hitter, a guy that gets it done. Antonio Gordillo is inside of our Kumite ring. Let's go back to Carlos Kramer.
And let's welcome his opponent inside the cage, representing UAE. Give it up for Dmitry Batok.
And here comes Dmitry Batok, making the walk here and fighting out of the Ukraine, only 27 years old. Comes in with a record of 5-3, but he has had 5 wins in a row here, Nate. When you look up and down here, he is a submission machine. He's got the triangle choke, the armbar round 1, triangle round 1, and then another submission, round number 1 over Sergey Borovka. I believe that was a Darce choke. So you're talking about a guy that is on an incredible roll right now, as you're going to have striker versus submission artist with an awesome contrast to styles.
And look at the build of Batok, too. So much different, more compact, shorter. If he gets in on that takedown, gets into the ground and pound scenario, flows from submission to submission, this is going to be exciting. It's going to make us really see what does Gordillo have on the ground. Stand-up versus takedown. Stylistically, this should be a great matchup.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape right now, and you'll see that huge height advantage for Antonio Gordillo. Almost 10 inches he has on there, 10 centimeters that he has on Dmitry Batok. So there you go, India versus UAE. It is time to get down to business. Let's go back to Carlos.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 2 losses. He stands 188 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 185 pounds. In association with Top Fighting Team and representing Team India, give it up for Antonio Tony Gordillo. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses. He stands 177.8 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 185 pounds. In association with Obereg and representing the UAE, give it up for Dmitry Batok. Your referee is Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata once again, your official. As it is, Batok taking on Gordillo, two international superstars here representing the UAE and India. Argentina for Gordillo, and it is Ukraine for the UAE. It's a good chance for the UAE to pick up a little slack here and get a win. They definitely need one at this point.
This is an exciting matchup. As much as I like to see the high energy output by the smaller guys, I love to see the power of the bigger guys.
Oh, 100%. I'm with you on that one. In the red, representing UAE, is Batok. In the blue, Gordillo.
Batok seems to know his range really well. He's staying just out of the reach of Gordillo. Doesn't want to get hit by one of those long shots, and he knows he's got a lot of ground to cover to get inside for a takedown, a clinch.
Middleweight division. This is actually going to be the highest division that we get into this evening. These are going to be your heaviest hitters here, your biggest fighters this evening.
And this is a very big ring. It can be difficult to corner someone. Move out, move around a lot faster.
Gordillo may have connected on that one.
I hit the arm with that kick. Not enough to really score a point, but just the flexibility and the speed of that kick will make you think about it. Just feeling out so far.
5 wins in a row right now for Batok, a guy that, you know, started off a little slow in his career, but once he got rolling, he has been a monster, a submission monster, and you got to wonder how long it's going to be until he possibly tries to bring this fight down to the ground and employ what he does best. And here we go, takedown city.
He timed Gordillo coming in so he could change his level a little bit, get the takedown, the lift. Beautiful. Now Gordillo's content with closed guard here.
We're going to see the submission defense. We're going to see the grappling prowess of Gordillo.
Gordillo grabbing the ankle, looking to get a backward sweep, doesn't get it. Batok uses it to pass the guard into a cross sides.
Nice side control.
Gordillo's in a tough spot here. He's got to recover his guard. Oh, he's got that right underhook. Oh, gives up the mount. Batok delivering some good ground and pound. Now Gordillo,
he's trying to put him out right now. And Gordillo has nowhere to go. He's going to have to continue to defend.
In my opinion, you get mounted like this, you just have to put it all on the table, work your escape.
What an opportunity here for Team UAE as they are sitting at 5-1 over India. They needed to pick up a win, and this might be a big momentum booster here for the team out of United Arab Emirates.
Now you'll see Batok messing with Gordillo's right arm. He's going to look to cross it, maybe wrap it behind his head. Oh, he's looking for an arm bar attack. As soon as he can isolate one of those arms, then he'll spin around to the side. Ooh, quick little flurry there, drops back down into a cross sides and into a head and arm position as Batok looks to grab his own thigh.
Wow, Nate, you got to be impressed here by Dmitry Batok.
I love this head and arm position. It is so difficult to get out of. Gordillo's got to get that right elbow to the mat and sneak out the back.
No, Batok's going to try to trap that arm is what he's doing.
Okay, Gordillo's he's looking to lock his hands. If he can do that, he can potentially roll Batok over. But Batok's got really good base here. If I was Gordillo, I'd be looking to hide that right elbow, get it down to the mat, and come out the back.
Batok, though, he's thinking about switching things up right now, though, and that's the sign of a good fighter, not just committing to one technique, to one attempt to finish. It's always keeping your opponent guessing, and Batok, though, is going to settle for just pounding the face of Gordillo.
Batok back in the half guard, but still using. I've seen a lot of damage done from inside the half guard. Gordillo gets one butterfly in, now back into the full guard as Batok standing up, drops down with some hard shots. Oh, He's fallen into a triangle. Oh, but it wasn't locked up, so he was able to stand up.
Yeah, he popped out of that very, very quickly.
I look for Batok to throw the legs to one side and come back down. Oh, came back down to the guard.
How about that lead? 6-1. UAE is in the lead here. Dmitry Batok make that 7-1. The fans looking on here in Mumbai as we have that new twist on the unified rules where we are getting point totals here for takedowns, for strikes.
Batok still dominating here from the top inside the guard position. Though classically the guard was just this unbeatable position where you can wrap up things like triangles as he just did. But Batok just pops right out. There's a heel hook attack there for Gordillo. If he was to roll to his right side, scoop up that heel like he's doing. There's the heel hook and time.
So there it is. Round one is complete and a big round for Dmitry Batok. Well, once it goes down to the ground, I'll let you do your job.
Oh my God, I get so, and I love that head and arm. That's my move. If I get you in head and arm, it's a long day.
Well, Dmitry Batok definitely showing that he has the advantage on the ground. Gordillo, though, did enough to survive. So let's take a look at the replay.
Watch the timing on this clinch into the takedown. Well, we saw the takedown there, but Batok timed it just perfectly. When you're a shorter fighter, you're giving up reach. You have to time it just right to get into the clinch, get that takedown. And here, he's grabbing his own thigh, which leaves a hand open for him.
A no-nonsense takedown. Round one is complete. Let's see if Gordillo could come out of the corner here and try to take a round back, try to play a little catch-up on the scoreboard as he is down 6 points, 7-1 in favor of Dmitry Batok.
Judging by the ears of Gordillo, this is a man that has a lot of ground game as well. So that shows to Batok's credit how dominant he was once he got on top and got that takedown. Again, I really admire Batok, how he's really controlling the range. He's not slowly walking in, getting punished as he does by the length of Gordillo. He's either out or he's in himself doing damage.
Incredible fighter from the Ukraine, and I think the way that these two teams, India and UAE, have been recruiting fighters from different countries, it makes it more like a professional sport, like you would see from a traditional football team, soccer team, etc., baseball team. You get fighters, you get players from all these different countries, and it makes for a really interesting equation.
It really does, and you can pull in guys out. Look how he slipped underneath those punches right into the clinch, runs them up against the fence.
You got to believe it's whoever's offering up the most money that wants to bring these athletes in to put them on their team.
But also the honor of being in that team. What are the odds of winning? You want to be with a solid team. We see Batok here with double underhooks. They're high. Gordillo's perhaps going to try to redig. Now he's got his own underhook, looking to come out the side. But Batok doing really well. When you exert that much energy to come into the clinch, you don't give it up easily. Gordillo looking for a takedown of his own. He's deep on a single. See if he runs the pipe or cuts the angle, gets the dump.
That would be a huge momentum changer here if Gordillo could get on top.
But look at what Batok's doing. I was just going to say, he's holding his head away using a crossface, not doing what most people do.
He actually used his arm to keep up. I don't know if you noticed that. Batok used his right arm. But now he goes down to the ground, and now Gordillo going to try to do a little work here.
Well, Batok did the classic mistake that every fighter does when they're up against the fence. The guillotine's right there, so they wrap over for it, but they can't get their hips out. They get lifted and dumped. Well, that was where the takedown came from. But Batok now is fighting back up, but Gordillo's deep on his hips, and he's got the lift.
And another takedown as he tried to grab the ropes.
Batok's getting penalized here now for grabbing the ropes. That could have been a much more dramatic takedown. He's still wrapped up around the head, possible guillotine, but mainly just because of the angle of the way that they're trapped there against the fence.
You know, when you get taken down like that and you grab onto the ropes, it's so obvious. If it's inside of a cage, you can kind of use some veteran moves to keep yourself upright. Just grab it just enough to stay up. But you can't really do that with the ropes. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Now Batok on top and in half guard.
Good reversal by Batok there. Now Gordillo really needs to scramble. He's in the corner. He could use that to help him get up.
Throwing bows, Dmitry Batok. Now 8-3 with that ground and pound strike.
Gordillo comes up to his hand.
Batok going to try to get underneath that chin.
He's got to get his head higher than Batok's if he's going to get that stand up. You got your head down there beneath your opponent. That leaves you open to strikes. It leaves you open to guillotine attacks, darces.
And Batok's definitely very, very capable with his submissions. As you can see on his record, he's been very creative. He likes to get it by any means necessary. And just sitting there, and he is pulling.
Oh my God, look at that.
Trying to get it, and up he goes.
He went for that. He went for the choke out, rolled over, rolls into a side position, now back into guard.
How about that? Incredible work there.
Oh my God.
And Batok now back into the guard. Back and forth they go. India and UAE, and 9-3 is where the score sits right now. So we are seeing a very, very tough battle. But as we've seen, Gordillo is very capable on the ground and on the stand-up as well. So this one is far from over.
Gordillo's got so many options here as well. We saw him flop for a couple triangles, but Batok was so powerful with standing up. Batok sits up big, throws that big strike. Late in the second round.
Yeah, just a few more seconds to work with. He's going to go for ground and pound, throw that big hammer strike, and try to get more points on the board, and he does get awarded another point. Now 10-3, UAE in the lead.
I'd really like to see Gordillo here really go for a triangle,
he has to.
An armbar, something big. If you're trapped down there in the guard, your closed guard isn't going to get you a finish.
And it looks like round two will come to a close. How about that round? Another big one for Batok. It looked like he was in trouble there for a moment, but he fought back. He put another 3 or 4 points on the board. And now Dmitry Batok is once again in the driver's seat going into the third round. He has a nice lead, but not so comfortable that he can just ride it out, Nate.
Oh, check out how Batok right there. He just ducked underneath the punches, came forward right into the clinch, double underhooks. And here's where he made the classic mistake, going for the guillotine up against the ropes, gets lifted and dumped. He's almost got the choke from on top, almost gets rolled over, ends up on top, looking for a darce or a head and arm. Batok's very smooth, moving from side to side, always ending up in a dominant position, a submission or throwing a strike as well.
Another big win of a round there for Dmitry Batok. There's our own Tony Parrish on our announce team, guys, as we go into our third and final round. Another 5 minutes. Who wants it more? Remember, we got some big-time middleweights here. Both guys have serious finishing abilities. Gordillo has had a ton of TKOs in his career, and Batok has had a ton of submissions. Who wants it more in the third round, Nate?
Now, if I'm Gordillo, I change my stance a little bit. Just lower it, throw straight punches, knowing that Batok is looking to come underneath and get that clinch. Batok has wanted nothing to do with the stand-up this entire fight.
And just stalking here is Antonio Gordillo. He knows that he has to put points on the board. I think we're going to see that aggression. He looks for a 1-2, but he doesn't quite land it.
Batok's starting to just cover up as Gordillo comes forward. That's cue to throw punches. If you see your opponent do that, see a heavy bag and just throw.
One thing we know is that having a nice lead like that, sitting at 8-3, is nice for Batok, but he cannot get too comfortable.
Oh, no, not against Gordillo. Still throwing very hard shots. But he's got to follow it up. It's difficult because he's got to follow up the combinations, but then beware that Batok can shoot down for that takedown at any time, and we've seen him be very successful with the clinch, with the takedown over and over again so far.
Folks, it is Kumite One League. Cyrus Hughes alongside Nate Rock Quarry. Make sure you hashtag all night long K1L, hashtag K1L on all of your social media. And remember, we'll also have an appearance from Iron Mike Tyson this evening.
Batok shoots a low single and gets it, gets on top into the half guard.
And that's going to be another point on the board for Dmitry Batok, now at 9-3, 6 points to make up for Gordillo. And being on the ground right now is not the way to go.
And Gordillo's got that right underhook. He needs to circle to that side, look to get out, or come under with his left, get his guard back. He's doing a good job of stopping those punches. But
I'll tell you right now,
fight.
this arena is filling up, Nate. There's a lot of energy in here as they are watching intently, being very respectful of the fighters. You go to certain countries, you get a lot of boos, especially when it goes down to the ground like that. How much credit do you got to give this India fan base of watching very intently and watching the technical prowess?
I've seen it over the past 20 years when people did not understand. And now we've got a full mount. Batok mounted on Gordillo.
Can he put it away this time? Can he remove any doubt? Dmitry Batok.
If he can peel off one of those arms, go for his head and arm again, switch into an arm bar. It's beautiful. He's got his hips down low, riding up. Just this, the skill involved in this and trying to escape a high mount like this.
Oh, it's so difficult.
You don't understand unless you've been there and you've been tortured.
You've been there many a time.
Thousands of times.
And here comes that ground and pound again for Batok. Not quite landing the shots he needs to put points on the board, but he is maintaining control. And he is in no danger of being stood up. Of course, being in full mount, being in a very dominant position. Gordillo has to really go for it. He has to take some chances.
Gordillo's bucking his hips up to create some space, but as he does that, he needs to come down in a side position onto the side of his hip so he can bring his leg up, create some space, get his guard back, and especially he needs to do it repeatedly, not one big explosion. Grappling with somebody who's 155 pounds, much harder to hold a mount on them than somebody who's 255 pounds.
Oh, 150%.
They just go, they just go. You can never settle.
And the crowd losing their mind out here, getting on their feet, watching this fight. They are in for the excitement.
Batok looking for the arm bar potentially, looking to trap one of those arms. Just a minute left now.
Can he put an end to this fight? Can he put a stamp on it? Maybe get himself a little bit of a finish bonus.
I'd really like to see Batok go for one of these submissions now. He's got a good, comfortable high mount. Maybe even help Gordillo onto his stomach so you can take the back. Just a beautiful fight here tonight. Beautiful Mumbai.
Absolutely, and the fans have been great. Mike Tyson just walked into the building. 11-3 lead here for Dmitry Batok. So we are going to be hearing from Iron Mike very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. And Gordillo nearly got out of trouble, but just couldn't quite get out from underneath Dmitry Batok.
Gordillo, you can see what great skill he has, but the fluidity that Batok is showing every time he gets bucked, he immediately transitions his weight, puts it where it needs to be so he can stay on top. There's a reason why he's an undefeated fighter.
Oh, you better believe it. And it looks like he's on his way to another victory by way of points with a nice sizable lead with 10 seconds to go. Can he grind it out?
And here's the armbar attack into it. Oh, he was thinking about a triangle, but he lost the arm.
Gordillo has no time, and that's going to be it.
Gordillo definitely upset with his performance here tonight. Nothing to be ashamed of. Batok was just a better man, but still a great fight.
Nate Quarry, it looks like UAE is going to end up on the board if we're going by points. That's right, 11-3. An incredible performance by Dmitry Batok from the Ukraine, representing Team UAE, and that's going to make things just a little bit more interesting.
Well done, Mr. Batok. Very good riding position, good attacks. Very well done.
Respecting the game here, Nate Quarry, as you see the elbows coming in, the ground and pound. Just doing a great job of controlling the fight is Dmitry Batok. Folks, so much more to come before we get to our decision. Big time matchups. Haider Hassan's coming up here. Muhammad Farhad, Priyanka, Jeet Joshi. It's just going to keep getting better and better. As you can see, the one and only Iron Mike Tyson is in the house. The baddest man on the planet right there in front of our K1L belt. But now, folks, we're going to make things official. We got Carlos Kramer ready to rock and roll, and he's going to let us know who picked up the victory.
K1L fight. Your winner on the scorecards, 11-3 from the UAE, Dmitry Batok!